Hello, how's it going? I want to talk to you guys about songwriting and give you a little tip on what I've learned about a lot of the music that I enjoy listening to. And that truth is this: there is a lot of music out there that is actually extremely simple. And when I say simple, I mean only 3 or 4 chords throughout the entire song. So I'm going to basically compose something on camera and show you how I go about doing that and just how simple it can be to write an entire skeleton of a song so that you can then decorate it with whatever effects or drums, bass, rhythm stuff that you want to. Of course, the melodies and everything on top of it will come after the fact. In this process, there's no right or wrong way to write a song, but the way I'm going to go about it will show you just how simple and quick it can happen. So the first thing is to create a chord progression that is kind of cyclical, where the chords work together and will blend together very nicely. And a cool way to do this is to use open strings. So here is an example of an open string chord. Now this is just an F sharp, a dominant sound. So with this vein, we can do a bunch of different things. We're not necessarily in a key yet, so I can really choose the next chord out of nowhere if I want to. So we have this chord. Let's move it up. Same shape to an A. We are adhering to that open string formula. And now I would say we'll do one more chord. How about this one? Pretty neat, kind of a, let's see, what would this be? This is a B triad. And then this E note, if we look from our root note, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. So this is going to be an 11 note, or it could be a sus note depending on how you look at it. So a sus 4 or a B11. So we have this, then we have this, then we have this. Now that we have our chords, these are the only 3 chords I'm going to use in the entire composition. And I know that sounds kind of like, whoa, well, this song is going to be boring. Let me show you. The next thing we want to do is separate the song into sections. Now, I like to write songs with a verse, chorus, and maybe a bridge, but especially with music like this where the harmony is extremely simple, I find that really you only need a verse and a chorus, and they may not even follow that type of standard formula. They could be like a verse and a tag or some kind of statement that happens where the chords are always repeating but the melody changes. So I'm going to differentiate the sections by rhythm. That is the key way to differentiate these sections when we have generally the same chords happening in each section. So I'm going to start with the chorus first. And this is just something that would come to me with this open string formula, kind of like an airy guitar sound. So now that I have the chorus down, I'm going to move directly into the verse. I'm not going to be thinking about the melody or anything happening behind the guitar part. This is only about constructing the skeleton of the song using the most simple process possible. So I'm going to kind of streamline the process, only going to work on the sections of the song first, and then we'll get into the decoration stuff at the end of the video. So now that I have the chorus, I'm going to do a verse. And generally when I want to differentiate the sections, I can do a couple things. That was kind of an open, airy, washy sounding chorus, so I'm going to try and tighten things up with the verse rhythmically and sonically. So I had. Now I'm going to try and simplify the harmony, consolidate the rhythm, and just make it tighter overall for the verses. So something like this. So that'll definitely let the listener know, okay, we're moving into another section. The melody is kind of what's going to dictate the climax or the important elements of the song. So I figured this is a nice little verse, kind of like a down part to move back into the. So with that, we've already done both sections, and we could repeat those and use various ostinato techniques. If you've never heard of ostinato, it's like where certain instruments come in and out and kind of build the energy of certain sections of the song without anything really changing. It's just really adding and subtracting various parts. So through the use of that, we already have verses and choruses done. Now maybe for a bridge, I might do something like changing the root note to something that's kind of unresolved. That's what bridges are meant to do, is kind of get you from one point to the next, obviously a bridge, but also be different than what you've been accustomed to hearing throughout the song. So you'll hear the full bridge of what I end up coming up with at the end of the video, but maybe it would be something starting on this third chord. I'm not sure, but the point is to differentiate the harmony a little bit. Obviously, we're only using the 3 chords like I mentioned, but the point of inflection will be starting on this third chord. And then we're back to the chorus. So that is it. I have completed the song, the skeleton of the song that is, just by taking 3 chords that I liked and differentiating the rhythm of each depending on which section I'm creating. So the real key, I think, is the chord quality. These chords sound great on their own, and they sound great hearing them over and over. I wouldn't necessarily want to hear like I wouldn't want to hear that over and over for a few minutes, but that's pretty cool. So there's a lot of creative runway to work with using just a few chords that sound great. Afterwards, you can kind of compress the overall rhythm and the way you deliver these chords from the verse to the chorus to the bridge. And after that, have this blank canvas to then construct the rest of the song over, that when the listener hears it, they're like, wow, this is this great song that it seems very complicated. I wonder how they wrote it. But really, you and I know it was very simple. And when you pull apart all the extra stuff, which you'll hear in a moment, it's really just as simple as what we did here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little glimpse into my creative mindset when it comes to songwriting. I'll see you guys next time.